Alright guys, to start off, I'm sorry I didn't get this out earlier. My nose has been bleeding all over the shop, bit lightheaded, but it's not that bad. Well, it is pretty bad, but like, I don't have a headache or anything, like, you know, I always get headaches. But anyway, I've also been obsessed with this Pokemon Black for the last day. Just been lying in bed playing that pretty much. So, yeah. Anyway, we are back with the AFL Podcast number 2. Let's get right into it. Before we start, let's give a bit of a shameless plug. Everyone go and check out and join my Discord chat. It's a great time. We can talk about wrestling, video games, sports, anything over there. So come over and, you know, have a chat. Made 2 trades this week. Brought in Simpson and downgraded Joyce. And I also brought in, where is he? Hugh Greenwood. Downgraded Joyce and upgraded Collins. So we have Doherty, Simpson, Shaw, Bartel, Rance, and McGovern at the back with Tucker and Collins on the bench. In the midfield, we still have Dangerfield, Pendlebury, Hanbury, Parker, Selwood, Treloar, Shield, and we actually brought on Wills and left Gresham on the bench. Shield is coming back and playing this week, so we actually left Gresham on the bench. Then we had Trengove and obviously Greenwood. I put the vice-captain onto Maxi Golden this week as he's playing Saturday night and he might have another ripper of a game. We also have Toddy Goldstein and Grimley here, who we've had all season. Next we have Dusty Martin, Zach Merritt, Dane Zorko, good old Gunston, Wells, Petrarca, Hammelman and Yaron. So that makes up the team. And yeah, basically we're playing someone who's really good, but the projected actually has me finishing higher than him, but he finished better than me and he's basically kind of better than me. But let's compare. So I have Wills, he has Biggs, I have Simpson, he has Dalhouse. So I have a feeling these two will be going up against each other. I think that'll be just about even. I think Simpson might outscore Dalhouse. Then we have Gunston, Rockcliffe. Rockcliffe will outscore Gunston. Then we have Wells, Birchall. I think Wells will out. So I have McGovern and he has Montagna. That'll be pretty even there, but I think Wells will outscore Birchall. Then we have McDonald, who will probably outscore Shield. Parker will outscore Hall. Bartel, Sloan will probably outscore Bartel, and then Neal and Selwood, it's kind of even. So it's going to be a really close game, and then we have all these same players, so it's going to be a great close game. Simpson was a great buy, and he might be the difference for me if we can get over the line. So yeah, that's basically it for SuperCoach this week. If we switch leagues, I'm not too sure what I'm doing in the other league. I might be out, or I know I didn't make the top, so I think I'm fighting for that other position. Alright, I'm not even playing anyone. So we finished 10th, as you can see in that league, but, you know, that doesn't really matter. Let's see. I don't even think my dad made it through that round. Anyway, my dad's in the Aussie FIFA League, and let's see who he's facing. He'll probably ruin you, whoever you are. Oh, thanks for the drugs. Now that'll be interesting. So, yeah, that's pretty good. Also, I'm going to be making a soccer version of my SuperCoach, which will be the Fantasy Premier League. I'll make a video of me making that and making the league. And also, I'll release my Premier League predictions. Next up, we're going to enter in our footy tips for the round. I'm only in one league, and that is the Family League. These 2 leagues are defunct. I've got 124 for the season. Next season, I'm going to be making an Aussie FIFA Footy Tips League. So let's end. There's a few hard games this round, but I think Western Bulldogs will get over the line against Collingwood. I reckon they can do it. So let's tip them by 27 points. Alright, so I think Western Bulldogs will get over the top of Collingwood by 27 points. Nothing too big, nothing too small. Next, Brisbane Lions, Carlton. I think Carlton will get over the line in this one, even though it's up at the Gabba. I mean, Carlton have had a good season, and they've got some great players, so they should be winning that one. Hawthorn North. I'm going to go with Hawthorn just as a safe tip, even though the safe tip last round kind of went out the drain with Melbourne Hawthorn. But if you heard any screaming in the background, sorry, that was my brother and sister. Next up, we have GWS versus West Coast Eagles. And this is a real hard match to tip. There's a few really, really, really hard matches to tip in this round. But overall, I think I'm going to be going with GWS. They're back at Spotless Stadium after, I believe, a month away. And they're just going to do it for their home crowd. And West Coast have had an up and down season. They're still a very good overall team. Next, St Kilda Sydney. I'd love to see St Kilda win, but I think Sydney are going to win. I'm not too sure. Another very difficult game to tip with St Kilda being up and down and up and down. And here is another dreadfully hard game to tip. Port Adelaide are at home at the Adelaide Oval. And then we have Melbourne. But honestly, I think I'm going to tip Port Adelaide. I think Melbourne are going to be a bit too over their heads about last round. And Port Adelaide are going to want to hit back hard at home, and I think they can do just that. Essendon Gold Coast. Painful. It's another painful game. Holy shit, I don't know who to tip. So, it's at Etihad, which gives a slight advantage to Essendon. Alright guys, so, sorry, just had to make a quick cut. So, Essendon, Gold Coast, it's painfully hard to tip. Honestly, I have no idea who to tip. I'm just going to go Essendon at home, I guess. They deserve it. Next, Richmond, Geelong. I'm going to tip with my heart, not my head. Tipping Richmond just as I always do. And next, Fremantle, Adelaide, pretty straightforward. Adelaide are going to win. That is a very hard round to tip, and this will be the deciding round in most competitions. And I think I've just blown it. I have no idea who to tip in these situations. Honestly, it's going to be a very, very hard round. Next, let's go with our match previews from every single game. So tonight, in about 50 minutes, we have Western Bulldogs taking on Collingwood at Etihad Stadium. No weight changes. In for Western Bulldogs is Suckling and out is Dale Morris. Collingwood with a number of changes including Goldsack, Darcy Moore, Jordan De Goey, Adam Oxley and Tom Phillips all coming in, and Mason Cox, Travis Cloak, Ben Crocker bullshit, Ben Reid and Marley Williams all coming out of the side. You can see the full teams there, the umpires, boundary umpires and the goal umpires. So I already ran through my tips, so I'll just be basically going through the ins and outs. I think not Collingwood, I think Western Bulldogs will be getting over the line just overall tonight, and I think that'll be, unless Collingwood cause an upset. Brisbane Lions with a few changes. In comes Tom Cutler, Michael Close, Stephen Martin and Jared Jansen. Out goes Josh Shackey, William Dawson, Josh Green and Nick Robertson. Just two changes for Carlton with William Jones and David Cunningham coming in. David Cunningham for his debut game and Nick Graham and Andrew Walker going out as Andrew Walker has hung up the boots. You can see the umpires and the full look at the field there with Levi Casbolt, Jack Silvani, Patrick Cripps, Wiedering, Simpson, Doherty featuring for Carlton and the likes of Rockcliffe, Stephen Martin, Dane Zorko and Pierce Hanley for the Lions. Next up, a few changes here for Hawthorn with James Frawley, Liam Shields, Paul Piopolo, Ryan Burton and Billy Hartung coming in, Ben Stratton, Kurt Heatherly, James Sicily, Jonathan O'Rourke, and Tim O'Brien going out. Ryan Burton is in for his debut. And then over the other side, Robbie Nahas and Lachlan Hansen Hansen has come in, whereas Ben Brown and Scott Thompson are both out with injuries. Here you can see the full teams featuring for North Melbourne among Todd Goldstein, Ben Cunnington, Jack Zeeble, Brent Harvey, and more. And you've got a very, very good list in Hawthorn with the likes of John Lewis, Luke Hodge, Isaac Smith, Sam Mitchell, Luke Bruce, Jack Gunston, Sil Rioli, and many more. Over here, one change for the West Coast Eagles with Butler coming in and Nelson going out, and 3 for the Giants, Adam Kennedy, Dylan Shield, and Matthew Kennedy all coming in, 2 Kennedys there, and Nathan Wilson, Sam Reed, and Harrison Himmelberg going out. For GWS, the players featuring amongst Shane Mumford, Calvin Ward, Dylan Shield, Heath Shaw, Jeremy Cameron, Toby Green, and more. Over the other side, Nick Natnui, Luke Shuey, Kennedy, and many, many more. Matt Prittis, Jack Darling. Jesse Hogan has come in for Sam Wiedemann. Sad to see him coming out the side so early, but over on the other side, Jesse Palmer, Matthew Loeb, and Cameron Shea coming in for Port Adelaide with Brandon Archie, John Butcher, and Paul Stewart all going out. Jesse Palmer is new in the team. Here you can see the full lineup for Port Adelaide featuring players are Matthew Loeb, Travis Boak, Robbie Gray, Cracker, he's a cracker, Ollie Wines, John Menimpi, and many more. Over on the other side, the likes of Maxi Gone, Jack Viney, Thomas Bugg, Oscar McDonald, Tom McDonald, Bloody Christian Petrarca, Dom Tyson, Bernie Vince. They have a bunch of great players. Next, no change for the Sydney Swans. On the other side, Paddy McCartan back in and Dunstan goes out. Dylan Robertson is playing his 100th game. Here you can see the full lineups. Kieran Jack, Luke Parker, Kennedy, Isaac Heaney, Ali, Callum Mills, Jared McVeigh, Dan Hanbury, Buddy, and more featuring for the Sydney Swans. Whereas on the other side, we've got the likes of Tom Hickey, Jack Stephen, David Armitage, Lee Montagna, Nick Rewalt, Jack Billings, Jade Gresham, and more. Scrolling down, we have Matthew Stokes, Jake Wong, Orancio Fantasia, and John Simpkin coming in with the likes of Courtney Dempsey, Brendan Goddard, Aaron Francis, and Darcy Parish all going out. Matt Day's playing his 50th game, former Tiger, and Jake Long is new. Over on the other side, another 100th gamer in Tom Lynch. Very good to see him playing his 100th game. Adam Sard, Keegan Brooksby, and Aaron Hall all in with Tom Nichols, Sean Lemons, and Alex Sexton all going out. Featuring for Essendon, we have Leuenberger, Bird, Fantasia, Kelly, Stokes, Danaher, Laverde, McDonald, Tipping Woody, and more. And for Gold Coast, we have the likes of Tukamela, Jack Martin, Cade Kolajasny, and many more, including the 100. Fremantle and the Adelaide Crows, Connor Blakely and Hayden Crozier making the only changes for Freo, with Zach Clark playing his 100th game. Riley O'Brien has played his first game. We've got Scott Thompson and Mitch McGovern coming in, with Paul Seedsman and Cam Ellis-Yolman going out. Full teams, we've got the likes of Sloan, Crouch, Thompson, Taylor Walker, and more, including Eddie Betts for Adelaide. And then we have Aaron Sandilands, David Mundy, Lockie Neal, the leading possession getter in the competition. Over here, Shane Edwards has come in, Ben Leonard has also come in, Markon out, that's interesting, and Ben Griffiths has also gone out with the groin. Markon was omitted. Next, Jack Rewalt playing his 200th, so is Harry Taylor, and Jake Kolajasny, Lincoln McCarthy, Jake Shane Kirsten and Tom Ruggles all coming in, with David Menzel, Daniel Menzel, Nakai Cockadoo, Jed Buse and Andrew Mackey going out for Geelong. The big names for Richmond include Dustin Martin, Trent Cotchin, Alex Rance, Jack Rewalt, and more. Over for Geelong, we've got the likes of Dangerfield, Zach Smith, Mitch Duncan, Josh Caddy, Joel Selwood, Harry Taylor, and more, including Corey Enright. As you can see here, Marcon's in the emergencies, and yeah, good to see Ben Lennon back in the team. So that's it for this AFL podcast. I have a lot of editing to do. Hopefully I can get it up before the first game. I have a lot of editing to do, so hopefully it can render quickly. I guess I'll see you guys later. Peace.